Life is an emotional roller coaster, full of unexpected twists, highs, and lows. One moment we might be soaring with joy, and the next, we could find ourselves plummeting into despair. From the bliss of new beginnings to the grief of loss, emotional experiences are the heartbeats of our journey. While some might see these fluctuations as burdens, they are, in truth, an inherent part of our existence. Everyone faces challenges, whether personal, professional, or relational. It's easy to feel overwhelmed in the face of such turmoil, but it's crucial to remember that we are not alone in this. Every person, regardless of their circumstances, wrestles with their own emotional struggles. Through these ups and downs, resilience becomes our most valuable ally. It's not about avoiding the difficult moments, but learning how to navigate them with grace and strength. The Stoic philosophy offers a profound perspective on resilience, teaching us that we cannot control the events that happen to us, but we can control our reactions to them. By embracing life's emotional roller coaster, we learn to build a fortitude that allows us to not only survive, but thrive through adversity. Emotional resilience is the ability to recover from setbacks, adapt to change, and keep moving forward in the face of challenges. It's not about avoiding pain or discomfort, but rather about learning to navigate those feelings without being consumed by them. Resilience is a skill that can be cultivated, and it lies in our capacity to manage our emotions, maintain perspective, and find purpose even in adversity. The Stoics, ancient philosophers who revered the power of the mind and spirit, offer timeless wisdom on resilience. They believe that life's hardships are inevitable, but our response to them is what truly defines us. Rather than resisting suffering, the Stoics taught that we should accept it as a natural part of life. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most notable Stoics, often reflected on the importance of focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, while letting go of our desire to control the uncontrollable. Seneca, another key Stoic philosopher, emphasized that resilience comes from understanding the transitory nature of life. In his letters and writings, he encouraged people to accept hardship as an opportunity for growth. To Seneca, resilience wasn't about avoiding emotional pain, but about learning to stand firm when life's storms hit. It's through these storms that we discover the strength we didn't know we had. The first step to building resilience is acceptance. Life is full of inevitable setbacks, failures, losses, disappointments, and resisting them only adds to the stress. When we fight against reality, we create an internal conflict that drains our emotional energy. The more we struggle to avoid hardship, the more overwhelmed we become. Acceptance, on the other hand, doesn't mean resignation. It means acknowledging that difficulties are a natural part of life and that we have the power to choose how we respond to them. Seneca believed that the greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. In other words, when we resist the present moment, especially the challenging ones, we miss out on the lessons it offers. Acceptance is not a passive act. It's a proactive choice to embrace what is. When we accept hardship, we free ourselves from the burden of unnecessary stress and frustration. This mental shift allows us to move forward with a clearer mind and an open heart. For example, when we face a loss, the instinct might be to wish for a world without pain. But by accepting the reality of grief, we open the door to healing. Acceptance doesn't mean we're not allowed to feel sadness or anger, but rather that we give ourselves permission to process those emotions and move forward at our own pace. It's through this process of acceptance that we cultivate emotional resilience. In embracing life's difficulties, we unlock the possibility for growth, learning, and transformation. Resilience is not about avoiding the emotional storm. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Life's obstacles are often seen as setbacks, but what if we viewed them as stepping stones instead? Every challenge carries with it an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to strengthen the very qualities that define emotional resilience. The Stoics taught that hardship isn't something to avoid, but something to embrace. They believed that the universe doesn't give us more than we can handle, and that each obstacle we face is an invitation to build inner strength and wisdom. When faced with adversity, we have a choice. We can let it defeat us, or we can use it as fuel to grow stronger. Seneca, for example, wrote that difficulties strengthen the mind as labour does the body. Rather than seeing challenges as punishments, we can begin to view them as opportunities for personal development. Emotional setbacks. Be it a failed relationship, a lost job, or a personal health issue, offer a chance to refine our resilience. They compel us to dig deeper, push beyond our perceived limits, and discover new ways to adapt. The Stoics would argue that these challenges are the very things that cultivate our character and prepare us for future trials. This mindset doesn't diminish the pain of the moment. It simply reframes it. When we learn to see obstacles as opportunities for growth, we build an internal foundation that not only helps us endure, but thrive. Every setback, no matter how difficult, becomes a chance to sharpen our emotional resilience and turn adversity into an advantage. In the face of adversity, the way we perceive our challenges can dramatically shape our emotional experience. The Stoics understood this well and practiced a shift in perspective that transformed their relationship with difficulty. For them, life was a series of obstacles, but these obstacles weren't random. They were a path toward personal growth and self-improvement. By framing hardships as integral to our development, we can start to see them as part of a larger, purposeful journey. When we view our challenges as opportunities to learn and evolve, we shift from a mindset of victimhood to one of empowerment. This perspective doesn't minimize the pain we feel, but helps us understand that struggles are not roadblocks, but part of the terrain of life. Each hardship we face is a lesson waiting to be learned, a chance to refine our character, and an opportunity to build a deeper connection with ourselves. The Stoics, such as Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, constantly practiced this shift in perception. They believed that everything that happens, good or bad, is part of nature's order. What matters most is how we respond to these events. For example, when faced with illness or loss, they didn't see these events as something to be mourned indefinitely. Instead, they embraced these challenges as opportunities to practice virtues like patience, courage, and acceptance. This shift in perspective transforms our experience of difficulties. When we no longer see hardship as something to be feared or avoided, but as something that can help us evolve, we develop a profound sense of resilience. Hardships, in this light, become a sacred invitation to grow, to learn, and to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Building emotional resilience is a gradual process that involves developing habits that strengthen both the mind and the spirit. While this journey is deeply personal, there are several practices that can help us cultivate resilience and improve our emotional well-being over time. By incorporating small but meaningful daily habits, we can increase our capacity to face challenges with grace and strength. 1. Mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness allows us to stay grounded in the present moment, without getting lost in worries about the past or future. By focusing on our breath and becoming more aware of our thoughts and feelings, we can better manage our emotions in times of stress. Mindfulness helps us to detach from negative thinking patterns and fosters emotional balance. 2. Journaling. Writing about our experiences is a powerful tool for self-reflection. Journaling allows us to process our emotions, track patterns in our thinking, and gain clarity about how we respond to life's challenges. It provides a safe space to explore our fears, hopes, and frustrations, helping us to gain perspective and develop solutions to our problems. 3. Reflective discussions. Engaging in meaningful conversations with friends, mentors, or counselors can provide valuable insights and emotional support. Sometimes, simply speaking about our struggles can bring relief and help us to see things from a different perspective. Reflective discussions with others can provide encouragement, practical advice, and emotional validation, which are essential for resilience building. 4. Developing positive routines. Creating daily routines that include exercise, adequate rest, and self-care can help maintain emotional equilibrium. Regular physical activity is proven to reduce stress, improve mood, and increase overall well-being. Taking care of your body directly impacts your mental health, and by nurturing both, you can create a solid foundation for resilience. 5. Practicing gratitude. Focusing on what we are thankful for can shift our perspective and help us see life's challenges in a more positive light. By regularly acknowledging our blessings, even in difficult times, we train our minds to notice the good amid the bad. Gratitude fosters a sense of abundance, which in turn strengthens our emotional resilience. 6. Setting realistic goals. Breaking down larger challenges into smaller, manageable steps can prevent us from feeling overwhelmed. Setting achievable goals creates a sense of progress and accomplishment, even in the midst of adversity. As we accomplish these smaller tasks, we build confidence and a sense of control over our circumstances. By integrating these practices into daily life, we gradually strengthen our emotional resilience. Building resilience is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. Each small step we take towards emotional well-being builds a foundation of strength, enabling us to face future challenges with a clear mind and a fortified spirit. Ultimately, it's the consistent effort to practice these habits that will help us transform our emotional setbacks into powerful opportunities for growth. Positive affirmations are simple, powerful statements that we repeat to ourselves with the intent of fostering a positive mindset and reinforcing beliefs that support our emotional well-being. In the context of Stoicism, affirmations align with the practice of cultivating a mindset that focuses on what is within our control and accepting what lies beyond it. Stoics believed in the power of the mind to shape our perceptions and responses, and affirmations can play a key role in this process. The practice of using affirmations is grounded in the idea that our thoughts shape our emotional responses. When we consistently affirm positive beliefs, such as I am resilient or I have the strength to face challenges, we reprogram our subconscious mind to focus on growth rather than limitations. These affirmations become an anchor in difficult moments, helping us maintain a calm, centered state in the face of adversity. Affirmations help reshape our thoughts by shifting our focus from self-doubt and negativity to self-empowerment and strength. For example, instead of thinking, I can't handle this, a positive affirmation might be, I'm capable of navigating this challenge. This shift in language and thought can improve emotional resilience by promoting a sense of agency and control over our responses. To use affirmations effectively, consider integrating them into your daily routine. You can start your day by repeating affirmations aloud in front of the mirror, or write them down in a journal as part of a reflective practice. Throughout the day, especially in moments of stress, pause to repeat these affirmations silently. Over time, this practice can help reinforce a resilient mindset and foster emotional strength. One of the core principles of Stoic philosophy is distinguishing between what is in our control and what is not. The Stoics taught that we cannot control external events, such as the actions of others or the outcomes of certain situations, but we have full control over our thoughts, attitudes, and responses. This distinction is essential for reducing stress and building resilience. By focusing on what we can control, we remove the unnecessary mental burden of worrying about things that are beyond our influence. Stress often arises when we try to control the uncontrollable, whether it's the outcome of a situation or the behavior of others. However, when we accept that some things lie outside our grasp, we can direct our energy toward the aspects of life where we do have influence, our actions, attitudes, and reactions. For example, if you're facing a difficult work situation, instead of fixating on external factors like office politics or the behavior of colleagues, focus on what you can control: your response, your attitude, and the quality of your work. This approach empowers us because we stop wasting energy on things we cannot change and instead focus on what we can improve. It also allows us to navigate challenges with a sense of peace and agency. In practice, whenever you find yourself feeling stressed or overwhelmed, pause and ask yourself, what can I control here? This simple question can help shift your focus and bring clarity to your next steps, reducing stress and increasing your emotional resilience. One of the most profound Stoic teachings is that it is not external events that disturb us, but our reactions to them. The Stoics emphasized that we have the power to control how we respond to anything that happens to us. This ability to choose our reactions is central to emotional resilience, as it allows us to maintain composure and inner peace even in challenging circumstances. When we practice self-awareness in our reactions, we become less reactive and more intentional in how we engage with the world around us. For instance, if someone cuts you off in traffic, the initial reaction might be anger or frustration. However, by practicing self-awareness, you can pause, recognize that this event is outside your control, and consciously choose a more measured response, such as letting it go without judgment. This act of choosing a calm, thoughtful reaction strengthens your emotional resilience and helps you maintain a sense of inner stability. The Stoics taught that our emotions are not inherently bad, but it is our attachment to them that causes suffering. Instead of allowing ourselves to be swept away by emotional turmoil, we can train ourselves to pause and reflect before reacting. The key is to recognize that while we can't control external events, we have absolute power over how we choose to respond. This practice of choosing our reactions can significantly increase our emotional strength and resilience, making us less vulnerable to external circumstances. The people we surround ourselves with have a profound impact on our emotional resilience. Our relationships shape our thoughts, beliefs, and reactions. And when we surround ourselves with positive, supportive individuals, we are better equipped to navigate life's challenges. The Stoics recognized the importance of virtuous companionship, believing that our social circles influence our character and growth. In fact, they argued that we should actively seek out people who help us become better versions of ourselves. Positive relationships provide emotional support, encouragement, and perspective when we face adversity. Friends who listen with empathy, challenge us to grow, and offer practical advice can help us build resilience. These individuals remind us of our strengths, provide comfort during tough times, and help us reframe our struggles in a constructive way. The Stoic idea of surrounding ourselves with virtuous people is not only about finding those who are kind and supportive, but also those who embody the values we want to cultivate: wisdom, patience, and integrity. Being around people who share similar values can serve as a model for our own behavior and help reinforce the resilience we're working to build. To apply this Stoic principle, consider evaluating your current relationships. Are there people in your life who drain your energy or hinder your growth? If so, it might be time to distance yourself from them. Conversely, nurture relationships with those who inspire and challenge you. Whether through regular conversations, mutual support, or shared activities, positive relationships are essential for maintaining emotional strength. As you surround yourself with uplifting people, you build an environment that fosters resilience and encourages you to thrive. Self-care, often thought of as an indulgence or luxury, is, in reality, a vital part of maintaining emotional resilience. The Stoics understood the connection between the body and mind and advocated for a holistic approach to well-being. For them, self-care wasn't just about physical health, but also about maintaining the mental clarity and emotional strength needed to face life's challenges. A well-cared-for body supports a well-cared-for mind, which is essential when navigating adversity. In Stoic philosophy, the practice of self-care was seen as an act of preparation, making sure you're in the best possible condition to meet life's obstacles. The Stoics believed in cultivating a strong, healthy body to support their work on cultivating virtue and wisdom. As Epictetus wisely said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." By maintaining physical health, we are better equipped to handle the emotional and mental stresses that inevitably arise. Practical steps to integrate self-care into daily life include regular physical activity, such as walking, running, or yoga, to keep the body strong and energized. Eating a balanced, nutritious diet also ensures that the body functions optimally. Mentally, self-care might involve practices like meditation, journaling, or mindfulness to clear the mind and restore emotional balance. Setting aside time for rest and relaxation is equally important. Adequate sleep and downtime help replenish your energy and keep stress at bay. Remember, taking care of yourself isn't a selfish act. It's an investment in your ability to face life's challenges with resilience and grace. The Stoic belief in personal growth is rooted in the understanding that life is a continuous process of learning and improvement. According to Stoic philosophers, there is no final destination in our pursuit of wisdom or virtue, only a constant journey of development. Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus all emphasize that growth is not an event, but an ongoing process that requires effort, reflection, and adaptability. This philosophy encourages lifelong learning. Stoics believed that the pursuit of knowledge and self-improvement was integral to leading a fulfilled and virtuous life. Wisdom is not something we simply attain and then move on from. It is something we must constantly nurture and apply. Every experience, whether a success or a failure, offers a lesson that contributes to our growth. In today's world, we can embody this Stoic belief by committing ourselves to continual learning, whether through reading, engaging in discussions, attending workshops, or simply seeking new perspectives from others. Learning new skills and gaining knowledge not only enhances our cognitive capacity, but also deepens our emotional resilience. The more we understand about ourselves and the world, the better equipped we are to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. The process of learning helps us cultivate a mindset that is adaptable, curious, and open to new possibilities. As we grow, we become more resilient, able to face obstacles with the confidence that we can learn from any situation. By viewing growth as a lifelong journey, we transform setbacks into opportunities for improvement and wisdom. This continuous development fosters the resilience to endure hardship and thrive, no matter what life brings. In conclusion, the Stoic philosophy offers powerful tools for navigating the emotional ups and downs of life. Through the principles of resilience, acceptance, and focusing on what is in our control, we can face challenges with greater strength and composure. Practices like mindfulness, self-care, positive affirmations, and embracing lifelong learning not only build our emotional resilience, but also foster the wisdom needed to thrive. As we move forward in our lives, the key takeaway is that Stoicism teaches us that it's not the events themselves that shape us, but how we respond to them. By embracing these teachings, we cultivate a mindset that is rooted in resilience, clarity, and peace. Life's difficulties are inevitable, but how we face them can determine the quality of our journey. I encourage you to continue on this path of emotional resilience, to seek wisdom in every moment, and to remember that growth is a lifelong pursuit. By embracing Stoic wisdom, you will find the strength to meet whatever comes your way, not only surviving, but thriving through the ups and downs of life.